At 53 years old, I almost lost 50 pounds, and I didn't do it by starving myself, doing 2 hours of cardio a day, or buying some secret miracle supplement. I did it by fixing what's happening inside my body first. Because here's the thing that nobody tells you. Fat loss isn't a willpower problem. It's an engine problem. And today, I'm going to show you the whole engine. If you're new here, welcome to Fortunate Few. I am a former personal trainer, and I decided to practice what I preach. Dropping around 50 pounds, I started Muay Thai in my 50s, the whole thing. This is the channel where I document it. Quick, honestly, before I start, I am not your doctor. This is what worked for me, what I learned as a trainer. If you got health conditions, talk to your doctor before changing anything. Deal? Good. And this guy is going to help me explain the stuff that you can't see, because everything that matters today is happening under your skin. Most people treat fat loss like a math-only problem. Eat less, move more. And look, the math does matter. We'll get to that in the end. But two people can eat the same exact food, do the same exact workout, and get different results. Why? Because your body is a factory. And a factory that has three departments that decide whether your fuel you eat gets burned or gets stored. These furnaces, the processing plant, and the workforce, in real terms, your mitochondria, your liver, and your gut bacteria. Get those three working for you, and fat loss stops feeling like a fight. Let me walk you through each one. Every cell in your body has tiny engines called mitochondria. They take the food that you eat and the oxygen you breathe and turn it into energy. More furnaces, hotter furnaces, more fuel burn all day, even at rest. Here's the good news. You can build more of them. The number one way, cardio, especially the steady kind, where you can still have a conversation. When you train your heart and lungs to deliver more oxygen, your cells respond by building more furnaces to use it. That's why my daily walks weren't just burning calories. They were building a bigger furnace room. Full video on exactly how I do this coming up in this series. Next department, your liver. Everything you eat and drink gets processed here first. Your liver is the manager deciding what gets burned, what gets stored, and what gets dealt with right now. And this is where I have to tell you about the three things I cut out, because they jammed this department more than anything else. Alcohol, added sugar, processed food out of a wrapper. Watch what happens when alcohol shows up. Your liver treats them as priority one. Everything else, including burning fat, waits in line. Every drink is telling your factory, stop burning fat. Deal with this first. Sugar and heavily processed food do their own version of this. They flood the plant faster than it can keep up. So the overflow gets sent to storage. Guess where storage is? Yeah, there. I'm doing a full video on these three because cutting them is the single fastest change you can make. But the short version, real food, if it grew, walked, or swam, your liver knows what to do with it. Third department, the trillions of bacteria in your gut. When they're healthy, they help you break down food, make the enzymes that extract nutrients, regulate your hunger signals, and even calm inflammation that makes fat loss harder. Feed the good workers and they multiply. What do they eat? Fermented foods and fiber. For me, that's Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, sauerkraut, and plenty of fruits and vegetables. Full gut video coming in this series. So what do I actually eat? Simple list, real food. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, beets, great for oxygen delivery, ties back to those furnaces. Fermented foods, fruits and vegetables. That's where I get my carbs. And if you're a vegetarian, this still works. The yogurt, the cottage cheese, the eggs, if you want them, plus beans and lentils to hit your protein. I'll cover the full vegetarian version in the foods episode. On supplements, I keep it boring. Three things: vitamin D3, omega-3s with DHA, and whey protein. That's it. No fat burners, no miracle pills. If someone is selling you 12 supplements for fat loss, they're selling you 11 too many. Now, the part I love. 2 kinds of training, 2 different jobs. Cardio, we covered it. builds more furnaces and helps improve the oxygen supply that keeps them lit. Weight training does something different. Muscle is the engine. More muscle means more furnaces installed and bigger machine to run it. And just as important, when you're losing weight, lifting tells your body, keep the muscle, burn the fat instead. Without it, a chunk of the weight that you lose is muscle, and your engine shrinks. That's how people diet themselves into a slower metabolism. At 50 plus, this isn't optional. We lose muscle every year. We don't fight for it. I lift so that the weight that I lose is fat, not the engine. Last department, yes, the math. All this internal stuff makes fat loss easier. The math makes it certain. 2 numbers. 1, eat fewer calories than you burn. I count them. It takes about 5 minutes a day. 2, protein, minimum 1 gram per pound of lean body weight. Protein protects your muscle, keeps you full, and costs your body more calories just to digest it. And the real secret ingredient, it's not the food, it's consistency. 50 pounds didn't come off because I was perfect. It came off because I was consistent. Day after day, repeated over and over. That's the whole magic trick. So that's the map. Build your furnaces, unclog your processing plant, feed your workforce, fuel with real food, lift to grow the engine, and let the math and consistency do the rest. Every one of those gets its own deep dive video in this series, starting with the 3 things to stop eating first, because that's the one that you can act on tonight. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and drop a comment. Which department do you think your problem is? The furnaces, the plant, or the workforce? I read every comment. I'll see you inside.